Hey nerds. Ow. What's going on? R2 here. Uh, Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this guy's got a fucking problem. Now, I probably do, but uh, a friend of mine found some sci-fi books and thought I would want them. So she messaged me, said, "Hey, I got these. I found these books. Do you want them? Send me a couple of pics, and I'll check them out." And yeah, she sent me some pics. And I was like, yeah, I'll grab those. And there was more in there than what she sent. So also, I was changing the sheets in my bed and fucking cut my hand open. Changing sheets. Fucking hell. Yeah, so I thought I'll keep these ones. I'll keep these ones separated. I'll show you these ones because yeah, there's some fucking long videos coming. Anyway, so we got this one by Julian May. This is the Rampant Worlds Book 1. And I'm pretty sure I just picked this up in hardcover, which I haven't shown off yet, so I'll be showing that off in the next video. But I've got this in hardcover as well now. So I'll probably, which I didn't at the time. I didn't have this at all at the time when she sent me the pictures. So I'll probably put this in my booth, I think, and sell it at my little bookshop. But yeah, I don't know anything about it. I've heard of Julie May before. I may even have some Julie May. I'm not 100%, but yeah, it's got a cool cover. The hardcover is exactly the same cover, so. But yeah, I'll probably just move that one on. Excuse me. This is the only non-sci-fi, I believe. I think there might be a couple of fantasy in there as well. Not sure. But copy of this one. R.L. Stine, Fear Street. Cheerleaders, the Third Evil. I have the second one, I'm pretty sure, in this series. I love this. This is what I was reading when they first came out. Like, I was around when these books first came out. When I still remember when Goosebumps #1 dropped. I was alive and at the perfect time to buy those books when they first came out. And then once I got a little bit, a couple of years older, I moved on to the Fear Street and all these horror books that he released. So I fucking love these. And there's so many of them, man. But, I mean, these are so good. I read these at a sitting. I read this in about an hour, like maybe less, depending on how good they are. But yeah, absolutely love these. I think I mentioned before, I don't read a lot of horror anymore. Just this stuff or, anything that has a really just crazy balls to the wall sort of like story to it in terms of horror. Like I don't read many vampire ones or just demon ones. I got to read something ridiculous. But I do quite like, good slasher horror, because slasher horror films are my favorite, especially from the 80s, but the cheesier the better. But yeah, that's cool. Love that. What is this? Oh, there's two from this guy, Werner Vinge. I've never heard of Werner Vinge before, but we got A Fire Upon the Deep. It's got a cool cover. It's like an early 90s cover. But yes, quite a big one. It's got like 600 pages. Looks a bit small for 600, but they're quite thin paper. And yeah, but don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about most of these, if not all of these. It's just she found them and thought I'd want them. So we got that one, A Fire Upon the Deep. Put that side. And A Deepness in the Sky. Werner Vinge. But yeah, Hugo Award winner, apparently. Again, I think they're from the 90s. Not sure. Early 90s, maybe? Let's have a look. Oh, late 90s. Fucking hell. 99. So, there you go. That's cool. Gave me a couple of Anne McCaffreys, which I don't think I have. It's weird. Like, I keep thinking I have, I have them all or whatever, but I'm still finding ones that I don't have. and I'm still finding, but I'm not finding anything else. I'm only finding the ones I don't have. It's not like I'm finding doubles or anything. It's just weird. Just the universe just wants me to have these books. But I got this one, To Ride Pegasus. This has got an awesome cover. Look at that cover. That's so good. I have no idea when this where this fits in any of the universe, but this is an old Sphere paperback. First published in 1974. This book, but this is a 1986 cover or printing. So yeah, that's so good. I love these older Anne McCaffreys. And then we got another one, All the Wares. It's a weird word. All the Weirs of Pern. A newer sort of cover. All the Wares, like a wares. I don't know. Wares of Pern. Fuck it. Take your pick. Again, no idea where that sits in the universe of Pern, but you know. Then I thought Stephen Donaldson. She found a bunch of Stephen Donaldson for me, and I thought they were the ones that I had, but they definitely weren't. And when I do find Stephen Donaldson, they're generally trashed. So I was like, I don't really want them, but they weren't trashed at all. So let me see if I can get this in order. Okay, I think this is the order. So we got a quartet here. So we got the Gap into Conflict, I guess the Gap Quartet. So we got the Gap into Conflict, the real story. I have no idea what these are about. Then we got the Gap into Vision, Forbidden Knowledge. Might be book 2. I'm pretty sure this is in the right order. Book 3, we got The Gap into Power, A Dark and Hungry God Arises. It's got a cool title. And then The Gap into Madness, Chaos and Order. That's got a really cool little picture there. But yeah, I don't know what his other ones are. Let me see. But I know it might be the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant that I'm thinking of. And when I find those, I thought they might have been, I've got a couple, I'm sure I got a couple of his, but when I find his other ones, they're trashed. They're really trashed. Or I find they're very old covers and they're not very good, like quality wise. So that's a 95. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know anything about those. What we got here? Just some random sci-fi. I'm just peeling the stickers off because I hate fucking stickers. But yeah, we got Science Fiction Hall of Fame Volume 1, The Greatest Sci-Fi Stories of All Time, edited by Robert Silverberg. So that's great. That's really cool. This is covered in cobwebs. What we got? I don't know how many volumes I've got of this, but 1971. And this was first published in 71, but this is a 72 publishing. And they're books from 1934, well, they're stories, I should say. Short stories from 1934 to 1945. So we got, there's a Robert A. Heinlein story, The Roads Must Roll. Isaac Asimov, Nightfall. A.E. Van Vogt, or Vo, A.E. Van Vo, whatever. The Weapon Shop. Clifford D. Simak, Huddling Place. And that's the only ones I know, but it also has Stanley G. Weinbaum, John W. Campbell, Lester Del Rey, Theodore Sturgeon. Oh, I've heard of Sturgeon. Lewis Paget, Frederick Brown, and Murray Leinster. Yeah, no idea on most of those. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I've got to read lots of these. Like, I want to start reading more and more of these short stories. I just finished a novel yesterday from filming this, so I finished another book. I've got 2 more books to finish, and then I can start my new TBR, which has got Ender's Game and Grid Linked, and a couple of these short story compilations. What's this one? Cloud Castles by Michael Scott Rowan. Okay, so is it a sci-fi? It says sci-fi, but it looks like a fantasy. It could be a science fantasy. Cloud Castles. The Spiral, where past and present meet, where myth and legend infiltrate the mundane world, where High Brazil, whatever, and Babylon are a short voyage away via the Cloud Archipelago. I knew what that word was. I just had to how do you say it again? Archipelago. You know, I only know that's how you say archipelago because I've heard it being said. But if I didn't know that, and I'm looking at this fucking word, and I'm like, what the fuck? Archipelagus? What is an archipelagos? Anyway, Cloud Castles is a fantasy on a grand scale, sweeping across Europe's past and present, the most powerful novel yet from the best-selling author of the Winter of the World trilogy and Gates of Noon. Okay, so it's a fantasy, but yeah, I don't know. I'll put it in my fantasy section, and if I ever get around to reading it, I'll read it. I've got a book 2 here of something. So, who is that? Michael Scott Rowan. Here we go. I've got another Michael Scott Rowan here. This is The Gates of Noon. There you go. This looks pretty good. It's got a ship on it. I'm sure I've mentioned before I like fantasies that involve ships and seafaring sort of fantasy books. East of the sun and west of the moon, you may find a freighter carrying ivory to High Brazil. Mammoth tusks to Tartessos and Ashkelon. Another world of strangeness and high adventure waits, never far from our own, round a corner, through a door of a harbourside inn, and you may find yourself there, the Gates of Noon. Okay, so it seems to be part of this world that Cloud Castles was in. So, there you go. I'm happy with that. A couple in the same world. I like standalone books when they're in the same world. And you can sort of read them in any order. This is Jonathan Wiley. It's got a wicked cover. Island of Empire Book 2, Echoes of Flame. I don't know anything about this one. Maybe she just chucked this in. But it's got a great cover with the castles and the mountain and stuff. But yeah, this is book 2. This is obviously a fantasy. A Britain fantasy author. He sounds familiar. The first one is called Darkfire. That's the first book. There you go. That's pretty cool. I'll keep an eye out for it. It's got a lot of books out, so we've got here classic Coronet science fiction printing. Leo P. Kelly, The Man from Maybe. Never heard of this author. It's got a pretty cool cover. You lose your memory and you find a new lifestyle. You seem to lose your sexuality and you find a new type of lust. You lose your sense of time and you find time repaced and redefined. You search for yourself and you meet Helen of Troy and Professor Apocalypse. You read this book and you are taken into worlds that are frightening and unknown. That's pretty cool. The Lost Memory, The Computerized Harem of Super Stud, The Flight from the Dreaded Marsman. Yeah, that sounds interesting. 1972 this is from, but the printing is 1974. doesn't look like it's ever been read, but yeah, cool. Oh, here we go. Remember when I showed this? Book 2, Echoes of Flame. Well, I've got book 3. The Last Augury. The fuck? The Last Augury. That's weird. How do you say that? The Last Augury. Yeah. There you go. Seems to be seems to be quite the seafaring story, perhaps, because they've got a little port town there as well. And there was it wasn't a ship on this one. It was just horses. Oh well, I got books 2 and 3. Let's find book 1. And then sci-fi again. Woohoo! We got the second Foundation trilogy, Foundation's Triumph, by David Brin, but it's obviously based on the Asimov Foundation story, and it's authorized by the estate of Asimov, so they've allowed this to happen. I'm pretty sure I have Foundation and Chaos by Greg Bear. That sounds familiar, because that was this authorized by the estate of Isaac Asimov. Sounds familiar as well. I'm pretty sure I don't have this one. And so this is second Foundation trilogy. There's 6 parts to this. I don't know if this is the full thing or not, but and then you got a timeline as well for robots, for the Robots and Foundation universe. Cool. I really need to I think I picked up some Foundation. I'm not sure. I know I picked up some Asimov recently, but I can't remember what it was. My underneath where I've built them shelves and put all my sci-fi books, I can't get access to them at the moment because I've got boxes and boxes of shit there that's just I'm trying to fucking get rid of. So that's why I'm back filming here, because underneath there is chock-a-block and I don't have any room. So yeah, that's cool. One left. It's a big boy. It's a trade paperback. Arthur C. Clarke and Gentry Lee, Garden of Rama. I have a couple in the Rama saga. I don't know anything about the Rama saga. I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't know. Don't know enough about don't know enough about it myself, but this is from 91. Wow. Original story was 91. This print is from 92. Seemed a bit newer than that, but yeah, no idea. Cool. But that's it. That was all. Nothing too crazy. Just some books that my friend thought I would like. So yeah, much appreciative, because I can never have too many. And yeah, now I've just got to find book 1. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any of these that worth reading first, or if there's any that you read and want to give me your opinions on them. I would absolutely love that, because I like reading what you guys have to say, because I'm still learning about all these books. Like I say, I'm a big sci-fi fan, but I don't know enough about the sci-fi authors. So I'm really just discovering these as I go, finding who I like and who I don't like, and yeah. But it's a great ride. It's a really great ride. But until the next video, guys, enjoy what you're reading, whatever that may be, and yeah, make some videos, show me what you picked up, and until the next one, take care.